What's up everybody, it's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you a review of the Maniére collaboration with Jordan brand on this women's Air Jordan 12 Retro in this white and burgundy crush colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Heffelux. When it comes to sneakers, comfort is king. So when you buy a pair of shoes and find out they're uncomfortable, one of the easiest ways to fix that is to swap out the insoles. So that's where Heffelux comes into play. If you check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box, you'll see they sell a variety of ETPU insoles, which really is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you guys are curious to try a pair for yourself and see how comfortable they are, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and take 15% off your entire purchase, and be sure to tell them I sent you. So this right here is the second colorway of the Maniére Air Jordan 12 to release, following the black and burgundy colorway, which I reviewed on my channel not too long ago. So this white pair I grabbed on Maniére's website on March 2nd for a price of $225 US, which is the equivalent to roughly 310 Canadian dollars. The official colorway for this shoe is white, black, and burgundy crush, and this two-shoe pack celebrates the beauty, the fire, and the power of black women as they act as the biggest driving force behind fashion and social consciousness. So in typical Maniére fashion, there's a very important message behind this shoe, which is something we probably need to do a better job in highlighting as opposed to just the sneaker itself. So the packaging of the shoe is just like the black and burgundy pair, so if you guys have seen that video already, it's going to be exactly the same. But long story short, it comes in this OG inspired Air Jordan 12 box, but this box is covered in this plastic sleeve, and it features the Maniére A logo found throughout in black. And then as far as the actual box goes, so this is done in this natural colored finish. We have this black Jumpman on the very top, and the sides of the lid are done in more of a reddish orange tone. And then on the front, you can see here we have both the Jumpman logo and the Maniére logo here as well. So as far as the sneaker goes, so unlike the black and burgundy pair, where that was crafted out of a mix of suede and nubuck, for this pair, this is constructed out of a mix of suede and lightly tumbled leather. So you can see here this white leather has this natural tumbled look to it, and this leather covers the majority of the upper of the shoe. However, overlaid on both sides of the shoe, we have these large strips of suede, which is done in a burgundy crush color, and unlike the suede found on the black and burgundy pair, which was a bit more of a long-haired fuzzy suede, this one is much flatter in comparison. And on the lateral side, we have this synthetic overlay along with the word Jumpman debossed across. The second and third eyelet from the very top, this is painted in this metallic finish, and we have the Maniére A logo on the bottom one and the Jumpman logo on the top one. And then next to this, just like any other Air Jordan 12, the leather here is stitched to give it that radial style finish. And then running down the back of the shoe, we have this nylon pull tab with Jordan branding found on the left foot and Maniére branding found on the right foot. And underneath this, you'll see that a portion of the rubber outsole wraps up and onto the midsole, and here we have 23 branding in dark gray. In terms of laces, so these only come with one lace option, and they're a white colored rope style lace, which is actually given a bit of a waxy finish to it. Underneath this, the tongue is primarily constructed out of that same tumbled white leather, and embroidered down the middle, we have 2-3 branding in black. And the top of the tongue is covered entirely in white leather, and we have a metallic black colored Jumpman found on the right foot and the Maniére A logo found on the left foot. So the back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe is lightly padded, and it's covered in this nylon material, and it's stitched given this quilted look. This really elevates the shoe and gives it more of that premium feel and look. And then as far as the insoles go, so these come with a polyurethane foam insole, but the top of the insole features the Maniére A logo found throughout, and stamped on the heel we have the Jumpman logo in white. So the upper of these Air Jordan 12s sits atop a full-length Phylon foam midsole, which is painted in white on the heel and is textured burgundy color on the forefoot. Encased within this midsole but not visible to the eye, we do have Nike Zoom Air for cushioning. And then turning this pair over to the bottom, so this outsole is constructed out of a mix of white and burgundy colored rubber. We have these pods on the forefoot and the heel with this herringbone style traction pattern, along with the Jumpman logo on the very top in white and 23 branding in black. And underneath this rubber, we have a carbon fiber shank plate which sits in the middle of the shoe, and this is there to help with torsional rigidity and mid-foot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like the black and burgundy pair, so I personally went down a half size to a men's 9.5 equivalent. So again, keep in mind this is a women's release, so the shoes are sold in women's sizing. So to get your men's equivalent, I went up 1.5 sizes. So in my case, I got a 9.5 men's, which is a women's size 11. So whatever size you normally wear for the Air Jordan 12, I'd stick with that same size. It's just for me personally, I find that the Jordan 12 runs a little bit long lengthwise. So by going down a half size, it gives me more of that snug one-to-one fit. But if you're someone that likes more of a roomy toe box, or if you have really wide feet, stick true to size to avoid any pinching in the toe box. But if you have a narrow foot or a normal width foot and you like more of that snug one-to-one fit, then go down that half size. Moving on to the comfort, so the Jordan 12 is a shoe, in my opinion, that really needs to be broken in. Straight out of the box, it feels kind of clunky, heavy, and it's not that comfortable. But some of my Jordan 12s in my collection that have really beaten up and worn them over time, they definitely mold to your feet and they feel a lot more comfortable with more wear and with time. So I feel like it's going to be exactly the same for this pair as well. My initial thought when I wore these was that it feels very stiff, and honestly it didn't feel that comfortable, even though you can still feel that Zoom Air underfoot. So my recommendation is to be patient with this pair, really try to wear these as much as you can, and the more they break in and form to your feet, the better they will feel. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and the craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, material quality, I thought it was very nice. Both the leathers and the suedes used on the shoe, they felt like they were nice quality materials, and nothing about the material quality felt very synthetic. So while the material quality was great, the issue I had was the craftsmanship and the quality control. So I know this is a pretty common issue. A lot of people have been complaining online, and even on Maniere's website when we bought these, they mentioned that there was the risk of bleeding of the suede onto the white leather. And honestly, it is a pretty big problem. Luckily, I don't think I got the worst pair, so my laces were able to stay white, and the staining on the white leather on my pairs, it wasn't that noticeable unless you really examine it up close. But I guess because of the contrast between this white leather and this deep burgundy shade on the suede, it just makes it very easy and very prone to stain this white leather. So it's totally fair for people to be upset with this issue. And even for me, it kind of left a sour note in my mouth, even though I don't think my pair was that bad. But it is what it is. Aside from that though, I thought the overall build was decent. The stitch job was solid. It wasn't perfect, but it was okay. And the panels on my pair were cut and placed consistently. So other than the bleeding issue, I thought this was a pretty well-built pair, all things considered. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. Between this one and the black and burgundy pair, I definitely favor this white one a lot more. I like the contrast of this white compared to the burgundy. It just stands out a lot more, whereas the black and burgundy pair, everything's a bit more muted, more dark. And I just don't really see myself wearing that combination of black and burgundy. This one in contrast, I like how it pops, and to me, it's just a better looking color combination. But as far as where this ranks in the entire Maniére Jordan collection, I'm still gonna go with the 3, the 1, and the 4 as my top 3. And I think if this pair didn't have the issue of the bleeding, it may have been placed on my list a little bit higher. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this white and burgundy Maniére Air Jordan 12. What are your overall thoughts on the execution in this colorway? And for anyone watching, did you also buy a pair of these? And if you did, how bad was the bleeding issue on your pair? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.